According to the 2024 to 2026 immigration level plans, Canada expects to welcome over 15,000 new permanent residents through the Caregiver Pilot Pathway. Hi beautiful people, welcome back to another video. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Aine, and on this channel I share useful immigration related information. So if you're looking to travel out anytime soon, or you're currently abroad and you're looking for even more favorable countries to move to, then this is the channel for you this year. How about you click the subscribe button and join this amazing family? I post at least 2 to 3 videos every single week, so you would not miss out on any useful information. So guys, in my previous video, I had talked about the 4 new immigration streams that the Canadian government recently announced for the year 2025. One of them is the Enhanced Caregiver Pilot. We have the Francophone Community Immigration Pilot. We also have the Rural Community Immigration Pilot. And finally, the Manitoba West Central Immigration Pilot. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be treating each of these pathways individually to give you a very clear understanding of the requirements for each of these pathways, so you can make a very informed decision on whether or not you qualify. Now today, I'm going to be focusing on the very first one, which is the Enhanced Caregiver Pilot. I'm going to be breaking this down for you to very understandable pieces so that you understand whether you qualify for this pathway, what the requirements are, and how you can enhance your chances of actually securing a job via this pathway. Now let's go on. It says, Canada has announced new Enhanced Caregiver Pilot Programs as the expiry dates for Canada's existing Child Care Provider Pilot and Home Support Worker Pilot approaches. Now, basically, this Enhanced Caregiver Pilot is put in place as a replacement for the previous Home Child Care Provider Pilot and the Home Support Worker Pilot, which existed last year, 2024. Now, if you're looking to come to Canada as a caregiver in 2025, then this is the updated pilot program that you should be looking towards applying through. Now, it says the existing pilot programs are set to expire on June 17th, which was last year, okay? And in their place, the new pilot programs will grant home care workers with permanent resident status when they arrive in Canada, rather than requiring a certain amount of work experience in the country. Before now, for the Caregiver Pilot Program, you would need to have attained some level of work experience in Canada to be able to actually apply for this pathway. But the updated pathway now requires no work experience in the country, which is really good for anyone without a work experience in Canada or anyone watching this video right now from outside of Canada. Now, it says they will also be permitted to work for organizations that provide temporary or part-time care for people who are semi-independent or recovering from an injury or illness. What are the qualifying criteria for this pathway in 2025? Number 1 is you must attain a minimum of level 4 based on the Canadian language benchmark, which is a CLB4. In the previous pathway, you were required to have a CLB5, but in this updated pathway, only a CLB4 is required, which is really good, meaning you do not actually have to score as high as a CLB5 to qualify. With a CLB4, you can apply through the Enhanced Caregiver Pilot Program from outside of Canada. Now, you need to hold the equivalent of a Canadian high school diploma. Now, if you do not know what this is, it is basically your high school living certificate. If you're currently watching me from West Africa, then it is known as WAEC. Basically, the results you got after your high school or secondary school, depending on where you're watching me from. You must also have recent and relevant work experience, but from your country. It doesn't have to be a Canadian-based work experience, which is really good because one of the factors that demotivates people from applying through this pathway is the need for that Canadian experience. And not a lot of people actually have that. So if you're watching me right now outside of Canada without a Canadian work experience in caregiving, just know that that work experience that you have acquired from your home country will come in handy through this pathway. And finally, you need to receive an offer for a full-time home care job, of course, within Canada. According to the 2024 to 2026 immigration level plans, Canada expects to welcome over 15,000 new permanent residents through the Caregiver Pilot Pathway. The demand for caregivers in Canada continues to rise as the population ages. It is expected that in the next 6 years, 9 million Canadians will be retired, and this means that more individuals will need additional home care in their institutions or even in their private practice. I understand that one of the most daunting aspects of this pathway could be the reality of having to look for a job in Canada and get a job offer for you to qualify. However, it doesn't have to be, because you can easily prepare yourself for the job market in Canada. Now, like I always say on this channel, you need to make sure that your resume is the right standard. And if your resume is not the right standard, then chances are you're new on this channel, because my old subscribers understand that your resume needs to be the Canadian standard before you can apply for a better chance of being called. So now, if you have not updated your resume to the Canadian standard, or basically optimized it for caregiver jobs, then don't worry, because I gotcha. You can simply click the link in the description and purchase an expert service to streamline your resume to match with the Canadian standard. This would really enhance your chances of getting a job. Now, you need to make sure that you have written the language test. The requirement for this pathway is very low, a CLB4, which is likened to, I think, a 3 to 3.5 in IELTS. But like I always say, even if the standard is 3.5, aim for 4 or 5, so that even if you fall below 4 or 5, you are still within the range that is required and okay for you to pursue this pathway. You need to be searching for jobs in the right places, okay? I have made a detailed video in the past on where you can get caregiver jobs, how you can actually maximize your chances of getting a caregiver job from outside of Canada. If you have not seen that video, then you should click here, because this is a detailed video that will show you the best sites to search for caregiver jobs. Now, I know that there are a lot of search engines and a lot of platforms you can use to find jobs in Canada, but if you're specifically looking for caregiver jobs, you cannot just search on any platform. Okay, so I encourage you to watch that video, guys. Click on that link and watch that video, because it's a very detailed video that has every information you need to know about looking for jobs, that is caregiver jobs in Canada. So guys, as usual, I'm going to be leaving the link to this website in the description box, okay? So you simply want to go down there and click to read more. But these are the eligibility criteria that is available to us right now. As the months go by, more information will be released about this specific pathway. And of course, you guys trust that I will be back here with an updated information for you to help you be more informed towards your Canadian immigration journey. I hope that this video was helpful. If you're watching me right now and you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and join this amazing family, okay? And until my next video, I hope you stay kind and stay blessed. Bye.